You lead off this new season of Love, Death, and Robots with the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert film directed by David Fincher, where they're all puppets, which that just feels like an insane sentence to be saying out loud, but I loved it so much. I thought it was so much fun. Can you just tell me a little bit about how that kind of all came about and kind of what went into the decision of leading off the new season with this?
Sure. Jennifer, you tell it this time. I usually tell that one.
Oh,
Come on.
because he talked to you directly. It's from the horse's mouth if you tell it.
All right. I thought we needed a little more star power for this season. So I called David and I said, dude, you need to do one. And he goes, okay, what do you want me to do? And I said, I want you to do a music video. And the main reasons for that are A, he is the king of music videos. He practically invented the form. And B, it limits him to a certain length and he can't go over. And it's good to put David in a box in terms of running time. So, off he went. This idea of doing the Chili Peppers as puppets had been something that was kicking around in his head for a while. So there was no question about doing it. Like he immediately said, okay, I'm gonna do the Red Hot Chili Peppers as puppets, Team America style puppets. I was like, fucking great. Uh, and then off we went. And he's such good friends with so many musicians. All he really has to do is call them up and say, hey, I'd like to do this. And they go, okay, great.
That's awesome. I love that. And I loved the whole thing. Jaw was on the floor just the whole time, like, wow, what an opening. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Jennifer, I really loved your episode in here too, Spider Rose. I'm a dog owner, and this really hit me in the feels. Just the whole pet aspect was just like that hit hard. So I'm just kind of wondering, this is based on a short story by Bruce Sterling. What kind of stood out to you the most about this story and made you want to adapt that into a Love, Death, and Robots episode?
Well, it's a bit of a sort of a world sequel to Tim's episode from last season, which was Swarm. And because his world, Bruce Sterling's world is so massive and so much detail, so well thought out that you can only see a little bit at a time in these little increments that we have. So Spider Rose was just a way to get back into that world. And it's so emotional. It's got so much, as you said, the feels is strong in this one. It's just got so much connection with this creature that she finds is about exploring grief and doing it all in the luxurious, beautiful CG that we could get from Blur, and all in zero gravity. So, it was always a story that we wanted to do. We just want to do it right. And in this particular case, I also got to play with some really cute, ugly little pet. So it's great.
Sure, I immediately want one.
That's
Dave,
good.
let me get one.
I
It's
think
so
you can see a theme in Jennifer's work that she likes to have stories with cute things in them, and then they somehow do horrible things or die. Um, I'm not sure why exactly. Maybe something happened in her childhood, but definitely a theme.
that's fair. That's fair. So Tim, you also directed two episodes of the new season in here. And the first one I watched this morning was Golgotha, with the dolphin Jesus. Blew my mind. And it's the rare live action episode, in Love, Death, and Robots. So I'm just kind of wondering what was the inspiration in telling this one in live action versus animation?
I like to do one in live action every now and then just to remind people that we can. But it really just felt like I liked the story. I loved how contained it was. It felt complete. And you don't often find that in a short story that where you get such a beginning, middle, and end. And this felt perfect. And because uh, of the nature of it, I just felt right to do it in live action, and to do it grounded. And it was so simple. It was easy to do in live action because we could just drive up the street to Malibu and shoot it. Sometimes animation is the most cost effective and artistically best way, and sometimes live action is. And I like the story first and foremost, and live action was just the way to do it.
Sure, sure. I thought it totally worked too. Didn't know
Thank
where
you.
that one was going, but it was a lot of fun. And then the other one you did, Tim, was the Screaming of the Tyrannosaur, which is super fun because it feels like Squid Game meets Jurassic Park meets Star Wars, all kind of rolled into one little quick episode there. And then you cast Mr. Beast as the announcer in that episode. I'm just kind of wondering how that collaboration came about and what made you think he'd be right for the role.
Well, first and foremost, he's a huge fan of the show. And I've been to his place in North Carolina, and he's got posters of the show up in his rooms and all this other stuff. He really loves the show. So I've been looking for a way to put him in an episode, and this would just seem perfect because he is a sort of a master showman. You know, he is that guy who he plays, maybe slightly less evil, but he is that guy, and it was just like the perfect way for him to be in it. So I said, "Hey, you want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm in." And then it was just a question of recording his performance and uh, and getting it in there. But I also like that. I'm really hoping that his inclusion will bring a new audience to the show. The more people that watch, the better. And I feel like he has a connection to a fan base that would really enjoy the show if they just know about it, right? So I'm hoping he gets the word out there for us.